6 in a row. That ties their longest winning streak of the year. They've done it twice. Brennan, an offensive rebound. It comes off the rim into the hands of Hubbard. The Lobes a victory versus Utah Tech on Thursday night, 90-68. Leo Bettiol, the first two for the Wildcats.
And today will take on Scott Drew's little brother Bryce, the head coach of the Lobes. Bryce Drew comes in today 5-1 against the Cats and looks to follow in his big brother's example with the win today. Andy, back to you.
Yeah, as Coach Holmes was talking about, great coaching trick. Cole's a jumper.
It's going to be Cole's day. He's come home. He's as close to home as he's been, I guess, unless he goes to Stephenville.
And right back, Bettiol with the finish.
We'll see if that call maintains its life.
Well, it was an offensive first half. Feels much more physical and defensive our first 4 minutes of the second half. Bettiol with Brennan. Brennan let it go. Bettiol finishes.
All right, let's see if Braden Hubbard can come through for the Wildcats right now because Cole is guarding him.
And Hubbard with 4. Have to be careful on the drive.
You got to go to the hole.
Smith gives it to Bettiol over Brennan off the glass. 30 minutes tonight.
Well, yeah, this is a Utah team averaging 80 points a game, and the Wildcats right up there with them.
As we look at the home starters for the Wildcats, our L&B Real Estate starting lineup. Go check out our starting lineup for Premier Commercial. Yeah, thanks, Daisy. I asked Coach Phillips yesterday, I said, do you want to advocate for your guy as the WAC Player of the Year? And he's second miss in 7 attempts.
They're shooting like 57, 56% to start.
Bettiol downhill with the right hand. Leo's got soft pressure. And
yeah.
UVU went to work. Potter, the big slam.
Yeah, they run with a purpose. I'm impressed. Really do run with a purpose. Screen with a purpose.
Bettiol to try to answer. We'll get a step on Potter. Transfer.
And he's been the difference in this team since the conference has started.
A steal here, and here's a chance to get back within single digits. Entry pass, Bettiol, turnaround jump shot, got it up and good. Cats the highest percentage to finish. Could get as high as 3rd with a successful week and a Cal Baptist loss this week. Out of the timeout, Bettiol a touch. The baby hook on the...
Some of the same stuff that he did.
Potter a spin, a right-handed floating shot. Trying to score over Bettiol. Leo the board. Leo's closing in on a double-double tonight. 13 points, now 6 rebounds. Rivera was hot in Arlington on Saturday. Lob pass to Bettiol. Shot fake, shot up, shot good.
That's his first of the game, Tim Brown, number 4.
Wildcats just 31% tonight, 16 of 52. Right back to Bettiol. Gets this one to fall. He'll throw this one away. Madden to the rim. Could have been a goaltend, wasn't called, but Bettiol will get there for Abilene.
He'll use his quickness to his advantage against these big guards.
There's Bettiol with the second chance, and he gets the putback.
More than 3 seconds. Everybody's touching it, and they're getting into the teeth of the defense. And right there, you see a steal. And eyes by it. And so for them to be able to knock down some threes will give them the momentum that they need.
And Dantes Williams just knocks the ball away from Brody Robinson. Now Bettiol tries to get that off the glass, and it's good for 2. Little roll in there. He's getting more points on the board there, up to 4.
That was a good find, good read by Talbot and Ware.
Bettiol does it again. Back to... So now Rich Smith looks for a window there under his basket. It's to Williams. Nice spacing here with the passes. Bettiol gets underneath and finds a way. Little win. Seamster goes up off the glass for 2.
They got away from, they were playing 4 out and 1 in with Ware isolating him, but they kind of got away from it. They were trying to get the ball into him, but he did a good job of recognizing the traps and was able to pass the ball back out. So that's what they're going to have to do if ACU is going to sit on them and not allow them to play that 4 out, 1 in.
After that one.
Five cutter from the baseline for the Texans. They get on the board with the first field goal of the game.
You're not for a couple of games where he had 16 points. Good to see Boo Boo Benjamin get off the schneid early. He only had 6 in his last ball game.
Keon Williams, one of the key players for ACU as well. as they'll get it outside. Boy, look at the arc on that. Texans, who now trail by 2. In 3 of his last 5 games, he's had double-digit scoring. The freshman really starting to figure things out on how to get to the bucket.
And it's not just scoring, it's doing the other things to help. Evidence of Tarleton getting back, and the reason why this ACU team is stuck on a goose egg in transition.
Outside, Williams. Down low, Bettiol gets space and gets it up past Mpaka. If it's a Brett Tanner defense, it's not going to be one of those lay back and let it come to you 2-3 zones. They're going to trap. They're going to be hands up in those zones.
And you saw the hands up immediately. They're very active out of the zone. That's a great point.
Thank you. I have one every once in a while. Down low, Bettiol, he gets away and finishes it at home. You know,
as we see Williams get to the rim, we didn't see them do that a lot. They didn't put a lot of pressure on the Texan defense in that first half. You see him really forcing inside now.
Bettiol up and under, kisses it off.
Who's going to toss it skyward? Leo Bettiol and Samuel Toby Aridi jumping center, and Abilene Christian controls the opening tip. Rich Smith has started every game at point guard in conference, and Leo Bettiol started this way. Utah Valley won again today. You saw those standings earlier. Keon Williams got hurt early in Utah. Oh, that's Leo Bettiol from Q. It's 3 instead of nothing. Another beauty, and Bettiol with another finish. But he grew up in France where his dad played professionally. And the last addition to the roster, he's been terrific. Madden to Smith underneath for Bettiol. Oh, and a good finish from a little. And Gonsalves, who's going to wind up as the leader in games played. ASU again going quickly. Blazers hanging in. It's a manageable deficit, 11 points. And again, a zone look here. They get it into the mid-post. Bettiol finishes 10 for Leo. Wow. Beebe, finally. Brett Tanner wanted a foul. Madden the other way. Didn't want to risk it. Nearing the 1-minute mark. High post. Oh, it's Bettiol again, loses it. How did that go in? Wow. Oh, look out.
Now, let me see if they go to zone.
ASU hasn't scored in the first 2+ minutes of the second half. They've led by as many as 13. A lob for Bettiol. He'll chase it down after the deflection. Guarded by Riley. Yeah. And a spin move. Goes 1 of 2, just like Hubbard. And so ASU up 7. And again, some full court pressure. Utah Tech has never really threatened to take the lead, but ASU's never been able to pull away. Under 5 minutes to go. Keon Williams, a lob for Bettiol. Catch and a finish. Down the game.
Take it through to draw the contact, get on the free throw line again.
Hunter Jack Madden, the only three-pointer made, as Daisy mentioned at halftime, for either team. Bettiol hasn't made a bucket tonight. Working on Lamine. And finally, Leo off the schneid. But he converts both free throws, and now for the first time a little bit of pressure. Yanni Rivera takes the inbound. Duncan Reed, 23, back in for Southern Utah. And the Wildcats do beat the 10-second backcourt violation. Both teams have played a lot of guys tonight.
Yeah.
ASU's had 11 C action. Bettiol. And 1.
Yeah, he needed to. But you cannot be weak.
Well, that's one Connor State star to another. Cam Henderson, Southern Utah, Saturday. Fall away, no. But a stick back up, no, by Moncrief. Chased down by Smith, and the Wildcats look to run. This is the big fella, Bettiol. Chris Victor called him the Beast for Abilene Christian.
He's probably one of the few in the WAC that will play. Oh, there you go.
That is.
Strong player, though.
40 seconds to play. High post, Bettiol's been kind of quiet tonight. somehow gets that one to drop. Points of the night for the point guard.
Yeah, Seattle's extended their defense now. They're going to run 94 feet with ACU.
Madden, quiet offensively after a great week last week. Hubbard finds a cutting Smith, now to Bettiol, the extra pass. After ACU went cold long range, Bettiol wide open, blocked, sticks with it and finishes.
Right, sometimes you have to make it look difficult to get the easy looks. Most open Simpson's been all night, gets his first field goal.
He had that shot earlier, but stepped out of bounds before he was able.
Effective, he had been getting to the free throw line, driving into the paint. The Wildcats defense backed off and just couldn't get it to fall.
Less than a minute to go. Both teams in the double bonus. Bettiol at the free throw line. Straight cash. For Brock Felder. If you're throwing it too high for a guy with that sort of jumping ability, and probably on the feeder there. Williams right into Lamine. Bettiol got it again.
Been there from Simpson to get back to a strong hand, split the double team, get the layup to fall.
DeGrew meanders, Bettiol off window again. Alston has checked into the game for the first time for Brett Tanner. Underneath, Madden. Bettiol thought about it. Shot clock at 5. Madden spins it back to him. Bettiol to his left and one.
That's good to see Beon getting back in the groove after a 1 for 10 shooting last week in Texas. Bettiol splits the double team. Still gets it up and in over Toby Uribe. 19-point lead. Beaker. Boy, nothing's going right for the Trailblazers here. And Bettiol just bullies his way into the rebound. 2 minutes gone by, all Abilene Christian. This crowd, quiet.
Give Abilene Christian credit. We're talking a lot about them forcing turnovers and going, but they've only got 2 fast break points. They're converting in the half court as well. They're in a half court set, shot clock down 3-2. And they
Bettiol, yep, with that left-hander. Madibo Wana, the freshman from France, he now has 4. His first bucket here in the second half. Bettiol turns, boy, you just can't stop that. Utah Tech will take on UC Riverside, open up on Grant. Will be called for the foul.
Utah Tech back to this zone. Abilene Christian just moving the ball on the perimeter, trying to get Bettiol a catch. There it is at the high post, and then he just goes to work.
Boy, what a move. Well, a little hop.
Lancers lead 5-3.
He's already outscored his last game. It's a great start here.
That's a great point, Jeff. Just 3 in that big win. It was 76-60 against Southern Utah. Big win for the Lancers, even though Dom only had 3 as a he's going to miss in this game. 7-5 Lancers. ACU on the other end. Hubbard back up top to Rivera. Now into the post as Bettiol faces up on Braun. Tries to go baseline. The reverse is up and good. 2 more. Here we go with the second half. 43-26. Lancers with the lead. Lancers with the ball, but they turn it over. They only had 6 turnovers in the first half, but they open up the second half with a turnover there. They only average about 11 turnovers per contest. DeGrew pass to the wing. Williams now to Bettiol. Bettiol trying to muscle up against Braun. He gets the
Edward, Roland Simmons and Jake Hertz are his teammates in the black and white. And the Wildcats win the tip. Bettiol, Smith, Keon Williams, Braden Hubbard, and Yaniel Rivera. And a good start for the big man Bettiol from Italy.
A real good start.
Wells kicks it out. Robinson for the lead, and it may have grazed the rim. Won't get the air ball call from the ACU faithful. Good crowd here inside Moody Coliseum. How good do both of these teams feel, Coach, after getting their first conference wins Thursday night?
Well, a ton of bricks have been lifted off his shoulders. Beware of Ware.
A dozen for Lance Ware with 7, make it 8 rebounds.
And 3 dunks.
DeGrew for Sawyer. And ACU, which regained the lead, is now on the wrong end of a 6-0 binge by the Mavericks. Bettiol finally working to get somebody besides Lance Ware, and he scores. Here at UTA, one of the veterans. They don't have many. Start over at 51.
All right, there you go. Show your numbers. Turn your shoulder.
Bettiol, yes, off the glass over Ware.
Yeah, you can do that when you're 6'10".
Madden has the green light at all times, but he's really struggled of late. Yanni Rivera made a couple of threes. Bettiol, high off the glass. Feels like a must-make possession for ACU. 2 or a 3. Smith into Madden. Williams has been the threat from outside. A lob to Leo, and a finish over Ware. Izzy Miles, Jordan Bazell, Keaton Bristow, Boo Boo Benchman's really carried the load for them. Chris Mpaka has been solid. Native of the Congo. Bettiol bumped and delivers. Can't finish with the left hand. And ACU comes out of there with it, down by 5. Smith back in the game at the point as DeGrew has struggled, hanging on to the ball. Hubbard in the short corner. Fights off a double team, and Madden. That's Dontrez Williams, the freshman. A lob to Bettiol over in the lead. 3-point lead for the Texans.
But it's what he does without a ball in his hand, Grant. That's what makes him such a fine player. It's how he positions himself. I would, if I were a young man, I would watch him on video.
And the possession arrow. DeGrew for the lead. Hubbard gets an offensive rebound, and Bettiol finishes. So he creates doing a little bit of everything. He's flirted with the triple-double a couple of times this year. Keon from Jonesboro, Arkansas, and that Oklahoma State transfer. 1 turnover for ACU in the last 9 minutes of this game, and it's Bettiol working on Mpaka. And the Italian gets the stutter step between the legs. Keon all the way. Oh, wide open. No, Bettiol. He hung in the air. Bettiol rewarded. No problem. Daniels for 3. Nope. And Dontrez Williams, the freshman for Abilene Christian, pulls down the rebound. Hunter Jack Madden bouncing it to Bettiol. The 2 scoring stars who've struggled to score, and Bettiol, he went Ivy League on him.
Did he not?
The Harvard transfer ties the game. Abilene Christian really struggling here offensively of late. Bettiol gets some contact. It's DeGrew. No, tipped up in the air. I think it'll count. Leo.
As he's able to play at home in Moody Coliseum. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks. Mentioned that injury, foot injury for Leo Bettiol, trying to play through it. And he's played hard tonight.
Well, they're holding the ball a little too long here.
6 lead changes here, 5 in the last couple of minutes. Bettiol under the bucket. Off balance, somehow gets it to go.
Into the play. Wide open, corner 3, Williams. More of a wing 3 there, no good. Offensive rebound, second chance, ball bounced around. Bettiol now has it on the wing. DeGrew was 7. Calling for a screen. Bettiol's going to give it to him. Got to get it up. Bettiol, quick shot. Shot put up and good. Off the Moncrief screen. John Christopoulos gets open for a 3. They're going to need those to fall. Moncrief going over the back. Good box out there from Rich Smith.
And really good look for John Christopoulos. Nice set, executed, and that's all you can ask for if you're Seattle U.
Bettiol going against Dan. Great move by Bettiol. Moncrief going against Bettiol. Inside, look at that steal poked away by Smith. as they try to feed Williamson. He said the entry pass to the block just has not been there.
And ACU's guarding Seattle U like they're a team that's 1 for 13 from 3. And, you know, and Seattle U went 3 of 19 at Cal Baptist. They've been struggling from the three-point line, and Abilene Christian's guarding them accordingly. And
it's a great move. Got under.
Here's this.
Get it down low on the block, back out. Ball tipped again. Arrington just didn't know where the ball was. Madden, Bettiol at the free throw line, going against Kobe Williamson, drives into him. Created enough separation again to tie this back up or reclaim the lead. Smith had Bettiol on the roll, gives it up to him, and Bettiol finishes.
Wire, buzzer beaters. Here's Yaniel Rivera to answer. No, but Keon Williams takes it away from his teammate. Here's Bettiol off a give from Hunter Jack Madden, and the get there in traffic for Krishan Christmas. And the Lumberjacks with an early 8-3 lead. We'll have a media timeout at the next whistle.
Really powerful drive off the baseline. Drew the contact. They love contact.
On both ends of the floor.
Oh, yeah, they're going to try to make it an ugly game.
It's been that so far for ACU, certainly. And Bettiol gets another bucket.
That was a really nice move. He had him on his hip. And when you're a player the size that he is, getting someone on your hip, that's sudden death.
That's a nice pass inside from Hubbard to Bettiol. Tanner was saying this morning, I don't think our freshmen, you mentioned the baptism for Jack Sawyer, I don't think the freshmen really understand the intensity that they're going to see today.
Yeah.
He said, but they can't feel it until they go through it.
Yeah.
Bettiol's been through his footing. 4 straight points for the Lumberjacks after ACU took its first lead, and Keon Williams with a little stutter step and a bounce to Bettiol, and that fancy move falling away from the bucket. Rebound Christmas finds Heyman and can't get that one to go, and finally Abilene Christian comes out of there with it as 2 of them collide, Smith and Williams. Just absolute chaos, as we knew. Madden to Bettiol. He's trying to restore some order.
Yeah. You got to learn
getting
to live.
it.
Yeah, well, you have to learn to live with some of this.
Bettiol back in the game. 17 of ACU's 20 points. Working on Southwick, and that time goes with his offhand. Personal fouls running the point for ACU. Transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas, Division II program up in New York. Where can ACU score besides Bettiol? Well, they get another from Leo.
I'd say Bettiol.
ACU's +6 in the turnover margin, but in terms of points off turnovers, Stephen F. has 15 to 8.
Yeah, which is the difference in the game.
Way fewer turnovers created, but way more points off of them. Bettiol serving cross court. Keon Williams shuffles it to Bettiol and a quick bank in. A lob into Leo. Closing in on a minute. Bettiol double team. Tough bucket from the Italian.
This is with the left. Williams with the thievery. Madden. Underneath, Bettiol +1.
Okay, play resumes. Smith didn't play on Wednesday with the flu. It was a game-time decision. Oh, and no look to Rivera. You got 6 on the shot clock, got a hustle. Bettiol with a spin move cut off, and somehow McLean and Williams. Oh, and this time McLean giving up, and it's Rivera with the slap away on Farmer. Bettiol to the bucket, yes. Nice. There's that skill. 1 point in the second half. McLean to the hoop, hangs, no, and Bettiol the rebound. 2 minutes in, and neither team's made a bucket. Keon thought about a 3. Leo can make the mid-range, and does. With 6:54 to go. Mentioned no free throws in the second half for ACU.
Well, Texas Southern's done a fantastic job of keeping them out of the paint.
Cross court to Madden in the right corner. He'll find Rivera. 5 on the shot clock. A bounce to Bettiol, and finally, Ace Beer at point guard, and Rich Smith is in. Battling the flu, hasn't practiced all week. He's lost weight, didn't have a lot to lose. Another deflected ball.
Zaire Harris has been a big part of this now lead for Texas Southern. That is now going away.
Tigers, so no free throws, 4:01 to go.
He wasn't going for it. He was going for contact.
Here's Smith in the corner. Dontrez Williams, limited minutes today, but electric when he's been in. Bettiol spins, stays in bounds, and somehow gets it to go for the final 2 minutes.
The fans in that scenario always see the second and never see the first one.
ACU by 1. Keon Williams to Smith. Bettiol.
Great seal.
That's.
This will get interesting here.
And again, the zone look. Williams has it knocked out of his hands. Chases it down. 30 seconds to play. 10 on the shot clock. Bettiol to the bucket. Yes!
And back underway here as the Wildcats look to add to their lead. Wildcats looking to win as another basket come off the bench the last couple of games. Has played some impact minutes for the Lions. Still leading score for the Lions at 11.7 average a game. Bettiol inside, another layup for him. So does not get it. Instead, he's got his first 2 points of the game. Abdul Mateen at 17 in that loss to South Alabama right here on Sunday. Wildcats now going inside to Bettiol, who scores his first points. Instead of 3 here from DeGrew. His going to be short, but rebound instead by. He dunks it home for East Texas A&M and ties it once again at 37. We did not have any ties or lead changes through the first 24 minutes, but now with 3 ties and 2 lead changes. Knocks the second one down, though, and cuts it to a 2-point lead. Makes it a 2-point lead, for the Lions. Abilene Christian lost possession. Instead, it's
Yanni Rivera. ACU is missing Keon Williams, their transfer from Oklahoma State, and Joseph Benzant, the transfer from Liberty. And we've seen that a lot from Leo Bettiol. Again was Matthew Alexander. Little transition 3 attempt from Rivera, too strong, and it's Hubbard getting his hands on the rebound, kicking it out. And Jack Madden back in the game. Bettiol back in as well, spins, and the reverse.
Wow. Yeah, they're going from zone to man and really packing it in. Looks like they're in man right here.
It's Bettiol to the hoop. He goes and finishes. Leo.
They get in transition. Hardin-Simmons will be a little bit of a disadvantage.
And another takeaway for Abilene Christian. Hunter Jack is tired of dribbling. He wants Nas to take over. Lob for Bettiol deflected, and he finishes nonetheless. 9 season average. Just keeps getting better year after year.
But when you look at one another, the back door is on.
Yeah.
You don't have to holler back door and give it away.
A lob for Leo, and a help too late. Now is in her 13th season as the Wildcats head coach. No good by Yanni, but a stick back for
7% essentially. Well, got him the open look in the early going. Inside, Williams trying to make a turn. Aggies great man-to-man pressure. Good ball movement to get it up top to Hubbard. Off to the right side, Bettiol ready to go to work on Chimanga. Nice skyhook. There's last season. That's a change of scenery, right? Yeah. Maine to Las Cruces.
I'll take the Las Cruces winter thing.
There we go. Thank you. Bettiol, nice spin move on the baseline. At the
by Jaden Harris.
Rich Smith. Madden and around the horn to Keon Williams. Former Oklahoma State Cowboy to Smith. Drives in himself. Nice find underneath Bettiol. Spin moves. Beautiful job, freshman.
Dream City shoes, aren't they?
There we go. Good full court pressure. Abilene Christian gets down the court. Van Zandt. DeGrew. Here you see the fouls committed by the Wildcats. Smith committing that fourth, and put Pickens on the line for those 2 free throws. 19 fouls. Aggies in the double bonus the rest of the way with the next foul. But going to work. Hunter Jack Madden. Up top to Bettiol as the shot clock expires. Big. Cuts the lead to 9. But Abilene Christian has done very well. 50% shooting from the field through the game. Van Zandt hands off to Hunter Jack. Bettiol. 3 minutes left. They'll roll it down to Bettiol, off the glass and in. The Italian.
Chicken wing, but I don't know.
Coach
that
Logie
didn't look like much.
Is agreeing that didn't look like much, and up quick, 21 points, 35-13. 5:50 to go here in the first half. Smith.
Bobcats are just sagging off a lot of the ACU guards right now, trying to dare them to shoot threes. Not even worried about their perimeter shooting right now.
2 seconds to go, down low, nice pass.
Great find.
Up and in.
10, 12-point game before half. Give yourself back into it. Good play there.
One way to start. And Garacki gets it to fall. Mullins' 5th assist.
Yeah, Mullins has commanded this offense very well for the Bobcats tonight. Wow, what a finish.
Wow. 9 points in 3-pointers. ACU has 40 total points in the game.
Yeah, that just shows how ridiculous the Cats' offense has been tonight.
Long 3 up and no good. Bobcats with 8 turnovers now on the night. Still a 21-point lead, 10:30 to go. Bettiol off the glass and in. Walker, Zephyr, Agbankpolo, and Millers had to launch that long 3 as it was almost a shot clock violation. No good. Down low again, a nice feed.
Cottle for three. And a rebound for the Wildcats.
This is going to be a battle of the boards. Both teams rebound really well.
Bettiol nails the three, and Abilene Christian.
What I'm seeing by
Cottle.
The Wildcats.
And Richard Smith climbs the ladder. Smith. Bettiol just inside the free throw line, arcs it through. In double figures with a one-handed throwdown.
That's the freshman right there, just reading the ball screen, attacking off of it, all the way to the basket for a slam.
That's not going to have Coach Tanner happy on the other end. That will, though, as Abilene love for him to take another step up in his playmaking ability. The team's top returning scored over 15 a game. Well, he's averaging 18. He's at that tonight, and he's taken a step or two here early on in 2024.
Yes, he has, Nolan. He has done just that.
Bettiol works against Gordon with the hook. The attack.
And making the right decisions with the nice cutter, Miller.
Third helper by Adrian Woolley. Miller continues his double figures run. Meanwhile, Bettiol.
Both teams, they are executing to a T. All right. But now we got to get some stops, guys. Come on, you guys get great defense, both teams.
Bettiol, 3 straight field goals. Trying to erase a 12-point deficit. Wright has it stolen away. It's Keon Williams in possession. Bettiol now with the rock. Williams with his team down by 5 finds Bettiol matched up against Lou with a power dribble, and here comes out.
Player, great feet, watch his movement.
Madden a drive with a step, jump stop, entry pass, Leo. The little baby hook with the right hand. That's Brett. He'll work one-on-one with Ogaro. The pull-up from 15. Bettiol offensive board to put back.
Point guard. What a talent.
A great extra pass for Turner. Pope the recipient. Madden with a step. Bounce pass to Bettiol. Got it to go on a foul.
Jack Madden passes it over to Grew to set up the offense. Down low to Bettiol. Bettiol going to work.
Going up. There you
Easy
go.
layup right there from Leonardo.
Tennessee this year.
Shot no good there from Kamari Lands. Rebound to Grew. Pass over to Vizant. Out to Bettiol. Bettiol with another layup again. That's missed a shot.
Joe, they're glad to see him back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That man's glad to be back, too.
Getting it done on both ends here.
Yes,
ECU just looking to match it. Bettiol with the up and under there. Tanner very prominent on drawing charges. First basket of the night there from Torrey Alston. Youngest player on the team from Middle Tennessee. He's a redshirt freshman.
He did a nice job. Very athletic, got up off the floor.
And speaking of athleticism, Leonardo.